Hi, you watch Professor Plays, and today I'm playing my Just for Fun series. My Kovarex research completed a long time ago, I think. I want to set up Kovarex processing of the uranium over here. And I'm going to need to do a little bit of work because this has been running for so long, so I'll show you what will be required. Uranium with Kovarex is my blueprint, and that goes like this. Like that? Yes. Something's in the way. There's a medium electric pole in the way. Right there. And what else is in the way? And that looks reasonable. Like that. Okay, don't need beacons right now. And I don't think I even have them researched yet, so let's take those out. And this got moved. It is up there. Like that. Yeah, this has been running so long without the Kovarex process that everything is backed up, which I would expect. That's not unusual. So once these centrifuges get placed, I'll need to start things moving again with some extra buffer space, but I need to wait for them to get placed, and I need to wait for these arithmetic combinators to be in place. I'm going to make sure nothing is flowing down through here. Yeah, that's correct. So, do I have any of these? Do I have any centrifuges? Should be. They're probably on the way. Bunch of stuff is on the way. Yeah, so this is my design that I came up with. Now, the Kovarex, if you're familiar with it, it converts some of the dark uranium, the 238, into the bright uranium, the 235. So the 235 is what you generally want, and that's the rare one. You load the centrifuge with both, and it runs through the cycle, and it converts, what is it, 3 of the 238s into one 235, I think is the numbering, the ratio that it comes up with. Now, what the issue I have here is, as I said, it's been running a long time without Kovarex. All the conveyors are backed up, all the chests are full, the buffer chests are full of 238. So because of that, there's no room for the 235, the bright ones, to flow down the conveyor. As you can see, these are all backed up. So I want to wait for these to all get built, be in place, and then I'll add some extra buffer chests. And the reason I want to wait is, and it's not placing those, are those not being built? The reason I want to wait is my logic here uses counters that count the number of 235, uranium 235, that are placed into each centrifuge. And I just did that because I didn't want the centrifuge to be hoarding extra 235. 235, as I said, is the rare ones. Well, what is it, 0.07% or something like that chance of getting one. Normally in Factorio, I think this is true for every process, every machine. Normally, it wants to collect enough raw material for 2 cycles, to run 2 cycles. So in the case of Kovarex, that would be a lot of the very rare 235. So I came up with this circuit that counts the number of 235 that are placed into the centrifuge. And as soon as it has the required number to run 1 cycle, it stops inserting 235. And then the 235 can float down the conveyor and go to the next machine. That's what this circuitry does right here. That's what this arithmetic combinator does, and these logic wires and these other inserters. So I just want to make sure these combinators are in place. They're actually there, physically there, before I start letting 235 go down the belt, just so they'll get counted. So that's why I did it, so that it would start the Kovarex process with the minimum number of 235, and then it would go and prime the next machine. And it works. The downside to my scheme is if you're looking for high throughput, it's good in the early game where you don't have a lot of 235. But if you want to get the maximum throughput, then my circuitry, my scheme actually slows down the processing. So if you want high volume, don't do this. Just put centrifuges and put the Kovarex recipe in there, and just load the materials into the centrifuge and let it run. Now the reason mine is slower, it only loads enough for one cycle. Then it has to unload the machine and reload the machine for the next cycle. So that unload reload process takes time. The centrifuge will not be running during that unload reload cycle. The normal way that Factorio runs, if you just put the inserters and let it fill up so that it has twice the material that it wants, it will start running the second Kovarex cycle right away. It'll run a cycle, and when that cycle ends, it will output the extra 235, and then the next cycle will start right away. It doesn't need to wait for the centrifuge to get reloaded. That's why mine is slightly slower. Now you can make up for that by having extra machines, but anyway, that's a long explanation, but that's my circuit, that's what it does. And that's why it might be a little bit slower if you're wanting high throughput. Yeah, something's not working right with these centrifuges, so they must be turned off, or some raw material's not hooked up or something. I broke something somewhere. Oh, I did. I disconnected it earlier. For some, I know, it was building those, and it was not building reactors or something, so I took these inserters out. Okay, so that'll have to run for a while to start making centrifuges again. I could throw some gears in there. Give me some gears. Speed it up a little bit. Yeah, centrifuges are one of those things you don't need a bunch of them. Once it's in place and it's processing uranium, you typically don't need to expand it very often. Okay, so it has one. It'll make more. I'll let that run. While that's running and building the Kovarex, let's see. I don't want it to mess up the count. I actually don't want the 235 to start flowing down the belt until everything is in place. Let me break this conveyor right here, like that. That way nothing can flow down there. No 235 can flow down through there until all that is in place. That way the count won't get messed up. And it's not like we're going to run out of fuel anytime soon. This is the uranium, or not uranium. This is the nuclear fuel cells that are stacked up here on the conveyor. It goes way down through there. So yeah, that's a lot of fuel. So I don't want to forget to repair my little break here in the conveyor. Well, I'll find it again. I know what I did. You're going to need a roboport, it says. Okay, well, we can do that too. Oh, this is for atomic bombs. And this is for atomic bombs also, I think. I think both of these are for atomic bombs, yeah, which I have not researched yet, have I? Nope. How much are you? 5,000. That's why I haven't researched it. Okay, I'll put that research in the queue. All right, so I'll let that build. Now, the other thing I need to do is I need to bump up the throughput of raw material in or smelting in the base here. These lines here are still, well, these are still stone furnaces. These are only half steel furnaces. So I need to bump these up to full smelting lines. So that means this has to be red belt. And this copper needs to be red belt. Like that. That all needs to be, this already is red here. This needs to be red belt. Are you all red? No. So you need to be a red belt. Are you all red? Yeah, I did those already. Okay, so this and this. Oh, you're not even robo. You're not even in robo zone here. Let's see. Wait, you don't have power. What happened to your power? Must have broke it. Must have broke your power. Okay, so you give me my print here with my robo ports. That will put you in robot build zone. Yes, it will. Right, all of you. Yes, it will. Okay. And it'll take a while for the bots to upgrade those belts. Okay, so those belts I want to get upgraded. These belts I want to be upgraded. I also want stone furnaces to be upgraded to steel furnaces. Like that. So you'll need to be red belt. Like that. So that was that copper. And you need to be upgraded. Like that, and these, oh wait, and then the center, the output belt needs to be red, and the output belt needs to be red, and you need to be red, like that, and all these need to be red like that. And there, yes, and all of those. And all of these. Okay, yeah, let's go down to there. Like that. And then these need steel furnaces. Like that. Alright, so that will give me red belts of copper. I don't have all the iron smelting upgraded yet. Copper first. Okay, and then I did upgrade those input lines, did I not? Yes, I did. And then the copper load. Copper load. Yes, you are red belt, and you are stack inserters. Yes, that's what I want over there. Okay. And then that's red belt going down through there. Okay. Let's see, who is weak? Blue? Yes. Chemical science is weak because it... Actually, everybody's running. You're running. Well, your machine 2s, you could be upgraded to machine 3s. Iron plate looks a little weak, but that'll improve. And I'll upgrade that next. Copper first. I could divert everything to the left, but it's not backing up, so it's being used somewhere. Okay, well, I'll let this finish first. Then I'll look at upgrading what's going on with chemical science. Okay, I don't think I was showing you the last time. The research for artillery completed. This build here that makes the tank rounds also makes artillery shells. These machines over here make artillery shells. So I put the recipe in there, and they've been running, making artillery. Now that's not very many artillery shells. It's a chest full. So what I generally do is something like this. I buffer them like that. And then I'll put a passive provider like that. And like that. That way there's several chests full, and then they get placed down here into this passive provider at the bottom, just as a way to buffer more. And then artillery, my little logistic mall was making, or was supposed to be making those. I need to put the recipe in there, don't I? Yes. Where did I have you going? Blueprints. Mall logistic. Artillery. You were below. Personal laser. You were artillery. Like that. And you need steel and gear and advanced circuit and concrete. And why are you requesting? Oh, that's for the other thing. And you are getting everything you need. Yes? Yes, okay, so it's going to build artillery. And it is logistically limited for 2 artillery guns. Okay, good. So it'll build some artillery. Then what I do with the artillery is I'll place them strategically around the wall, just to keep the worms away from the wall, or when there's an attack. This is all in place now. Yeah, wall here, flamethrower turrets, laser turrets. Same here. Oh, and I don't think I was. Yeah, I think I show the last video. I think I was showing the train station that brings repair supplies for this wall over here. Right, and then so I also added one for this wall up here. I don't think I showed you that yet. Same thing, just copied that other design and put it here. So this is bringing supplies for this wall. And it just sits there for a while, and it goes to the other wall to bring supplies. They're not connected. The logistic networks are not connected between those two. Okay, and this is all part of the main base network. So is this wall. These walls and this wall are part of the main base network. But that was what we looked at the last time. Those walls were, and this is kind of a little isolated network here, isn't it? Well, I didn't worry about that later. I can expand my main network. Speaking of expanding network, how's power doing? Oh, we're fine. Poor line. Start putting a lot of roboports around and bots that are busy. You got to monitor your power. Because they will use a lot of power before you know it. Boy, that copper... Come on, get upgraded, copper. It's awful weak here. Yeah, one yellow belt is all it takes to slow down the works. So these haven't been upgraded yet. Oh, I've got some belt here. Let me help things along. Get rid of these few yellow belt. Get things sped up a bit. There we go. Bots can finish the rest. There we go. That's let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. That looks like that's all red. And those are all steel furnaces, steel furnaces, steel furnaces. And red belt here. That looks a little weak. That's not a compressed red belt. Why are you weak? It doesn't look like a compressed red belt. Oh, this is not red. You're not red. I missed those somehow. See how it's slow here? The ore is, then it speeds up. That's yellow belt. So I missed those. Yeah. Okay. That's all it takes to slow down the whole works. Let's see if I missed any others. Where's my upgrade planner? Are you all upgraded? You're all upgraded. You are. And are you? Yes. Okay, I think that's all of them. Those look like compressed red belts. And that looks better. It's not right yet. This iron ore, this copper ore is not making it all the way down to the end. There it is. It just has to get caught up because of that, because of those few yellow belts. Yeah, there we go. Those few yellow belts were slowing up everything. Okay, so that'll get caught up. It must be all red belt now. Okay, good. And iron plate, I can upgrade those later. Copper's what I need right now. Still isn't caught up yet. Getting there though. This outside one isn't. Okay, it's not. The ore's not making it down to the end yet. It will, I guess. It's just. It's. Looks like a compressed red belt to me. It looks like it's full. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'll just let it run. Let's check on it later. Alright, so chemical science still the weak one? Yep. These machines are all running. And those machines are all running with chemical science. The blue science is still the weakest one. Yes, it is still the weakest one. Okay, so now what I can do is I can upgrade these machines. Ah, it's not. It's iron plate. Iron plate. I'll put priority left. It's not getting enough iron plate up there. There's not getting enough iron plate up to this gear machine. It's not running all the time. And the pipe machine was not running all the time. So I just diverted everything up there. All right. I thought I could hold off on upgrading the iron plate smelter, but maybe I can't because it's full here. It just said it's yellow belts. So let me think about this for a moment. You are all red. Okay, let's upgrade these then. Let's upgrade or get the bot started upgrading them. So as long as it's got, yeah, those are all red belts. So this is all red here. Let's do red here. And red there. Like that. And you need to be upgraded. And you need to be upgraded. And then about from there on down. And then up here. Like that. All right. Get all those upgraded. Let's see what that did to power with all the bots running. Yeah, we're fine. Love that nuclear power. Okay, so did I miss anything on the iron plate or copper plate? So those are all upgraded. Steel furnaces, red belt. I think that's all. Let it stabilize, let the bots get finished, and then check on it later. Okay, let's check the... check up on the Kovarex build, and are you all in place now? You are there. And you are all there. Okay, so now everything is there. Now, I want to add extra buffers. So I just need to buffer the 238. So that's going there. And what are you doing? You're doing nothing. And you're going there. Okay, so I don't know what you're doing, but you're not doing anything that I want you to do. Okay, so I need to add extra buffers in here. Okay, let's do... let's do this. Let's see if I do this and this and oh, I don't want to do that because this one I want. That's held intentionally low. I'm just talking to myself. Where do I want to put these extra buffers? I could do I could do can I do this? How many buffers can I fit in here? Okay. Well, let's see what that does. I just want to buffer some. So that'll work. I just want to get things flowing again, so that'll buffer up some 238. It's only 238 because it's filtered out by this filter inserter. And that will get things flowing again on this belt. And what I want that to flow, the reason I want that to flow is I need the 235, the bright stuff, to be able to flow out of these centrifuges. So that will do that. And it only has to buffer enough to get 235, to get enough 235 down the conveyor to start one of these Kovarex machines running. And it's going to go, waiting for source items. Yeah, it's going to go to this one first, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it takes 40 uranium-235, the bright ones, to get this started. So that's how much I need. I need to buffer the 238, the dull stuff, until 40 of the bright ones have made it down there. So I'll let it run and check on it again. And now I can tell now once it's run, once the 235, the bright one, starts flowing down through there and starts getting picked up, these counters will count the amount of 235. And so I'll periodically check to see how much is in there. And then once one of these starts, that's all I need. I just need one of the machines to start running the Kovarex cycle, Kovarex process. And then it's fine. Then it will start using up the 238, and it'll eventually prime all those lines, and it'll start running. So it looks like it's doing fine now. Yeah, it's using everything. It's consuming the entire belt of uranium ore. That's what I want. All right, and again, we have lots and lots of fuel. Okay, good. Now I want to. Something else I was gonna. Is there something else I wanted to tell you? Let me think for a second. What do you? Oh, that's my upgrade I just did. Something. I can't remember what it was. I thought there was. Are you in build area here? Yes. I gotta make sure everything is under RoboPart coverage. Yes. All the stuff that I just upgraded is. That's what I want to know. And that looks very weak. Let's do this. Let's do this. Output priority right. Let's do that. There we go. We have to keep that flowing because this is making the red belt. The red belt's what I'm using to upgrade everything to red belt. So I got to make sure it keeps making as much red belt as possible. Are you a faster machine? No. You can be a faster machine. You can be, well, you don't need to be faster machines. But you could be. Okay. And you are waiting on gear. You can have another gear, Another inserter to put gear in you faster. And you're still waiting on gear. Well, that's about all you can do. You have 3 long-handed inserters giving you gear. That's pretty good. I could make... I could do this, and 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 that. And then I could do this. Now you're getting gear fast. Okay, and then you could be faster machines. And now you're really able to make gear fast. You don't do anything because I took you out of the system. That's fine. And now you are not waiting on anything. Okay, so that's as fast as you can make a red belt. So that's definitely faster than one was making red belt before. Okay, good. All right. So now I think I just have to let it run and upgrade, finish all the upgrades I told it to make, and then let the uranium processing run until the Kovarex cycle has started. Oh, okay, it's picked up 5 of the 235 already. So over here on the right, the window that appears, when I hover over this arithmetic combinator, it says 5, 235. That means this counter thinks there's 5 of those in this centrifuge, and there is. So it's going to count. When it reaches 40, it'll turn off the inserter that inserts the 235, and then the 235 will go down the conveyor and go into the next one. And there's another one. There's another 235 making its way down. So yeah, I think this is probably enough buffer space to start this first cycle. So now there goes the 235 on the conveyor. So once this first one starts running, the Kovarex process, that will consume some of the 238, and that will keep the belt flowing. I won't need a buffer anymore. It'll actually start consuming the 238 from the belt. There's another 235, and so then it will. Once this one is running Kovarex, it's for sure going to output 235 on the belt, and these will get primed, and then all of these will be running the Kovarex, and so then they will all be converting the 238 into 235, and the logic over here, once this machine is running, we'll start diverting the new 235, whatever you want to call it, the 235 that comes out of this the uranium processing. The new 235s will get diverted up here, and they'll start priming this line. So once this first machine starts, once this first machine is primed, the additional 235s, the bright ones, will start being diverted up here and priming this line. So this line then, once it's primed, it's guaranteed to prime the others, and all of these will be running the Kovarex cycle. And then the new 235 will be priming this machine, and once it's primed, the new 235 will get diverted up here, and then this one is guaranteed to start running, and then finally all of these will be running the Kovarex process. Then there's lots and lots and lots of 235 when that happens. All right, I think that'll do it for this episode. I got Kovarex installed and running, and And got the smelting. I've told the bots to upgrade it. There's a lot of upgrading to do with the belt and stuff. So I don't need to watch that. That's kind of boring. I like watching grass grow, I think, maybe. So I'll let that run. And then the next episode, everything will be upgraded. And we'll come back and take a look at the Kovarex running to see how that is doing, and start building more stuff. We have to build the rocket silo and well, I guess whatever else I want to build. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on that thumbs up. I would appreciate it very much. Take care. Have fun playing. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.